Hello everyone. First of all, what we're going to do, we are going to create a folder, and I've created a folder. Then we're going to save all our files inside this folder. I'm going to use a text editor known as VS Code. If you have any other text editor, you can do. If you don't have anyone, you can go to Google and download for the tutorial. So I'm going to open my VS Code, which is my text editor. I'm going to open 3 files because I'm going to use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript for this tutorial. So the first file that I open, I'm going to save it. Use Ctrl S to save, and we are going to save it on desktop. And there's a file called a simple calculator. We are going to save it. This is our HTML file. We save it with index. Then and the name of that is the type of the file should be HTML. And we'll come to the other one and save Ctrl X. We're going to save it as a CSS file. So the type should be CSS, and the name I will call it script. Save. Then the last one should be our JavaScript file. We're going to save it as a JavaScript file. JavaScript, that is the type should be JavaScript, and the name should be called script. Should be called script. As you can see here, wrongly saved this file. I'm going to save it again. Let's go save as. Let's go and repeat it like save as. Save as. Let's go back and save as. It's a CSS file. We're going to save it with. Let's save it with style instead of script. We'll save it with style. Made a mistake here. So let's go back to our folder. The desktop, our folder. Let's preview. See, I'm going to delete this one because I saved it with script. So we have our 3 file now open. So we'll go back to VS Code. Before we go back to VS Code, let's just go and open it in our browser. I'm using Google Chrome as my browser. I'm going back to VS Code. So I now have my style and my script and my index ready. So all I just have to do is to go to my HTML file, then I'll type exclamation sign, then tab to get my full tag. I'm going to type on this title here should be a simple calculator. Then my HTML language here to like the direction we're going to left to. Let's use the direction like left to right direction. And let's link our CSS and our JavaScript file. To link our CSS file, we type link rel enter style sheet. Then the type should be text / CSS. Then href should be our style.css, which is the name of the CSS file. Then we'll close. Then we'll come into the body and we'll link our JavaScript. We're going to type script, close our script. Then let's add the source. The source should be script.js. That is the name of our JavaScript file. So we successfully linked our CSS file and JavaScript file. All we just have to do, let me start to write a code. All we just need to do first, we have to create a table. And inside this table, we create a table row. Inside this table row, we're going to create a table data, and we're going to make it like table data, td data, and the first td, I'm going to give it a class and name the class as calculator. Then inside our table data, let's impute then class. The name of our class should be let's say display box. Display space dash box. Then the type should be text. The text, that's what's going to be inside text. Then ID should be in quotation. In quotation should be result. Then disable. Then let's just have a space here. Then we close our input. Then we space here. So before we go, sorry. Let's change this class. Let's copy this class. We remove it here. Let's cut it from here and put it as our table class. Then our table row, let's add a span, a colon span here. Colon span with 3. Save. Let's go to this other table data and type input, and this one should be the class should be button. Class should be button. Then the type should be button, still a button. Then our value should be like C, and this C we use it to clear everything. Then on click, then double quotation, type clear screen quotation. For the quotation, you put open bracket, close bracket. Then let's add a style to it, style, and our style we give it background color, background color, and our background color should be red. Let's close our input, space, large, close our input and space, as you can see. They are done. So let's just divide our screen and preview. Let's preview and see. Our display bar where anything we type with our calculator will display, and a clear screen. So let's create another. Let's go back to our text editor and let's create another table row. Let me just type it out to be fast, like another TD. Then this TD we're going to input and add a class we're going to call the class button. Then the type should be button. Then the value should be one quotation. Then on click value should be one. On click we are going to put on click, let's say on click should be, we will say display display single quotation one, close single quotation, then close quotation one, display one, then close a double quotation, then slash, and close input space. I'm going to copy this one 3 times, paste it. Two, 3, then 1 again. Then to change this one to 2, 3. Then no, change this one like to divide sign. We come here, we change it to divide sign. Change it to 2. Change it to 3. I think going to do same thing by copying this table row down here. sorry, you have to create a table row. That is when we enter, will be inside. Sorry, have to create a table row. Yeah, something is missing. We have to be a table row. Close the table row. Inside here, let's put this inside the table row. The table row. Table, close table row. So we have to copy everything here inside this table row. Copy it, and paste here. Paste here. Paste here. Let's put this inside the table row. Sorry, table row. Take it inside. Take it inside. Save. Then we're going to name this one. Stop at 3, 4, 5, 6. Then this one should be negative sign. Negative sign. To 4, the same 4, 5, 6. Subtract your sign. Now to save. Then let's preview and see. Check our preview. Let's go back again. As you can see, we've gotten some like 1 to 6. I'll go back again. Expand. Copy same thing here. I'm going to copy same thing here and paste it at the bottom. Scroll down so you can see where. We'll Ctrl Y, Ctrl Y, Ctrl Y, Ctrl Y, Ctrl Y, Ctrl Y. To arrange this thing properly. Not done the arrangement properly. Not properly arranged. So sorry. Arrange. It's supposed to be inside. Yeah, it's properly arranged now. Now that's so you have 7, 8, 9. Then this should be addition sign. The addition sign. Come here. There should be 7, 8, 9. Addition sign. Let's save. Save. All we have to do again, we still have to copy the same thing down here. To copy the same thing down. Copy the same thing down here. I'm going to paste it here. Then I'm going to put full stop, a period. It will be 0. Then it's going to be equals to. And this one is going to be asterisk, which is we use it for multiplication. Use it for multiplication. Period, full stop, like full stop, 0.0. And then here we change it to. Let's just leave this place. Let's just leave this place empty. Let's leave here empty because this button is equals to button. So if we make any calculation, it's going to give us the answer. So instead of putting display here, we just rather put calculate here. Calculate the empty. Then let's just add a style to it so that it will be different from other ones. Add a style. Say background color, red, background color red. Let's save. Let's scroll down and see script linked up JavaScript file. So we just have to do first. Then we go to our screen, preview back again. I've gotten a calculator. All we need to do here is to go to our CSS file. Then let's start to target our HTML file through our CSS file. All we need to do first, You go to the top of it and collect the table class. The table class, copy this table class, come to our CSS file. You have to add dots, Ctrl V, then to paste, Ctrl V, paste it, add curly braces, enter. Then the next thing we need to target, go to our HTML again, and we need to target our display box. Copy our display box, come to our CSS file, put dot because it's a class, put dot, then enter. Then we need to target something else again, put dot. Let's go back to our HTML file. It's the button we are going to target this time. Copy the button, then go to our CSS file, Ctrl V, then curly braces. Then one thing we need to target again, we just copy this one, copy it and paste it here, and in front of it put a colon, then active. What we need to do here is very simple. We are going to target this calculator first, and one thing we need to do, let's add padding 10 pixel, border radius to be 1 em. Then let's say height to be 380 pixel, 80 pixel. Let's take a width. A width of 400 pixel, and margin automatic. Let's preview and see. Let's go down and add some features. Let's add background color. Let me just use black as my background color. And let's add a box shadow. A box shadow should be RGBA in bracket 0,0,0,19. In front of it says 0 pixel. Front of it say 0 pixel, 10 pixel, 20 pixel, comma. The RGBA again 0. Then we change this 19. Go back, change this 19, change it to 23, remove 19. Then we add 0 pixel, 6 pixel, 6 pixel. Save it. Share a screen and let's refresh and see. Wow, we're going somewhere. Let's target our display, and which is this side. We are going to target display box, and our display box, so use a font family, and the font family, let's take this first one as a font family. Let's take font family. Let's take a background color, and the background color, let's take it to be white. Let's refresh and see. To be white, refresh and see. Then our border should be solid black 0.5 pixel. Let's add our color. Our color should be black. Let's preview and see. There's moving back. color should be black. Should be black. Then let's add a border radius. The border radius, I call it 5 pixel. 5 pixel. Let's add width and height. Like a width of 100%, and a height of 65%. Let's save it and preview here. Wow, as you can see, we've gotten our display screen. It's ready. Display screen is ready. So all we need to do here is to go down, scroll, and left, scroll down and target our button. Let's give our button a font family. Font family, the same font family for our button. Then let's give our button a background color. Background color as say purple. Let's say purple. Background color as purple. Let's refresh and see. That's purple. Refresh and see. So after I give a background color as purple, let's add border solid black 0.5 pixel. Let's add width of 100%. Then the height of 70%. Enter. Let's save and see. Just preview. As you can see, we're getting the shape of our calculator. Let's add a border radius to it. Let's a border radius like 5 pixel. Then outline none. Save and let's preview. See, as you can see here, our calculator is somewhat dark. Cannot see figures very well. Cannot see our figure very well. All we have to do here, I've targeted the font family, background color. I've targeted the color. Well, let me see if I can target the color. Let me just add color to here. Color and the color. Let me call the color white because it's too dark. Let's see. Wow. And this color is too dark. And one thing I want to add again. Let me add a font size to it. Font size. Let me call it 20 pixel. And let me add a font weight, and let me call the font weight bolder. Let's save and see. Then refresh. Wow, we're getting the shape of our calculator. As you can see, let's go. As you can see, our calculator is not active. Let's make the calculator active. I'm clicking, I'm not seeing anything. It's not active. Let's go down and make it active. Go down, make it active. So what we just have to do here is to come here, button button colon there active, to make it up with the background white. Add the background as white. Turn up our web kit, the box, shadow, the insert 0 pixel, then 5 pixel, then hash key. Let's use C1. You have to do, come here, copy copy it, we're going to use it. Come down and type hyphen mux box shadow box, then shadow, the same thing, paste the same thing. Then the last one here, come down and box, we're going to include our box shadow, paste the same thing, save it. I think we are through with our CSS. Save it. Let's go back to our file and preview it and see. So now our calculator is active. It's active. Let's add some function to it so that it can be able to display. We can add, subtract. Then we'll go straight to our JavaScript file. What we're going to do here in our JavaScript file is just some function, add some function to it. So we are going to type first, say function. We are going to target the screen to clear the screen. Say clear screen. Then curly braces, enter. Then we are going to type something inside the function, like document dot get id, get element by id, then open bracket, double quotation, result, then dot value equals double quotation, terminate with a semicolon. Save the semicolon, save. Let's view our calculator and see. Let's see if it's functioning. It's not functioning yet. Let's refresh and see it's not functioning yet. Let's add another function to our JavaScript file. Come down, say function, and this function we are going to add is a display function so that things can be able to display on the screen of our calculator. So when we click any button like 1, 2, 3, something's going to display. Display. Then what are you going to display? Value. We're going to display some value inside the calculator. Curly braces, enter. Then document dot get element by id, open bracket, you type double quotation, type result dot value plus equals to value, then terminate with a semicolon. Let's save and come to our calculator and see. Let's refresh and see. It's not still active. Not active. It's active, but nothing is displaying. Let's add another function that will make it do some calculation. Let's type function, then calculate, and curly braces, enter. So we are going to do some variable like variable p equals document dot get element by id, then double quotation result out of it dot value, terminate with a semicolon. Then variable, let's pick variable q is equals to a val p terminate. Then lastly we are going to add document dot get element by id, result double quotation dot value equals q, and terminate. Let's save it and let's go to our calculator and refresh it and see if it will work. Wow, as you can see, our calculator is not functioning yet. Refresh, it's not functioning yet. Let's go back to our code and see what is mixing our code. function clear screen, document will get element by ID, result, the value, function display. You see there's something missing here, there's an error there. Instead of display bool, there's a C there with save will detected one error now. So let's go back to our calculator and refresh and see. Refresh it and type something. 1 1 1 2 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0. Point is working. Divide, minus, plus, multiplication, equals sign. Let's test our clear key is working. There's something we need to do here. This is our display screen. The text here is too small. Let's go back to our CSS file and add something to our display screen, like a font size to our display screen. Let's come down here and click font size. Let's see to 20 pixel. Then font weight. Let's call it bolder. You can be able to see where we save. We come to our calculator. We refresh our calculator. Now let's type something. One. Yeah, as you can see, it's very bold. Let's test it and see. Let's clear it and see. And let's see if we can make some calculations now. 1 plus 9 is equals to 10. See, it's working. Clear. 2 divided by 2, which is equals 1. You see, clear. Then 9 plus 5, which is equals 14. Clear. Then let's take 44 times 2, which is equals to 88. Let's see if we can get some negative sign, like 4 minus 6 negative 2. Well, as you can see, our calculator is functioning normally and properly. So you can see add something here like this place. This C, you can make it clear. You can come to HTML file here. There you see here. You can just add something like clear. Save it and come here and refresh it. It will appear here clear. I think it's better like this. I'll end it here. Let's say 6 minus 9 is going to give us negative 3. Clear. 2 plus 2, which is equals to 4. Clear. Then 9 times 2, which is equals to take 9 again. 9 times 2, which is equals to 18. As you can see, we have come to the end of today's lecture, and I believe you enjoyed today's lecture. Please don't forget to subscribe and to like my channel.